I don't want to speak on the majority, but I will in this instance. I think a majority of us do still back Ten Hag, given the fact that, he's put up with quite a lot of stuff since he's come into the job, with stuff with all the off-field situations, that he's had with, numerous players, injuries. We still haven't been able to field our best 11 this season. And obviously, because it's United, people are, just mainly making a bigger situation.
Sam, let me ask you, right? Why did Reguilon start on the bench and Lindelof, who's a recognised centre back, start on the left? Why was Varane on the bench for tactical reasons, while Harry Maguire?
I can understand why he may have dropped Varane, because in the last couple of games Varane just doesn't see himself. And we've been making this problem where we've been rushing players back from injury and then getting back into a worse situation.
Okay, why are you paying £80 million for Anthony and not bringing him on until 4 minutes left?
Because he's been awful.
No.
Right.
What I'm saying is,
I don't think this would have been an issue if we paid the price that we wanted him in the first place, which was, I think, it was 40. But again, I know Darren Bent's going to laugh at me for this, but again, because of the complacency of the owners, because Ten Hag, that was his first option. He wanted Anthony right at the beginning of the window for 40 mil. They said it was too much. They went back at the end for 80, and now obviously he's been made a sort of scapegoat, if you want to say. If we had bought him for 40, the Anthony wouldn't have been in discussion at the moment.
But the only thing though, Sam, is that you did buy him for 70, and he's been terrible. Like you for that sort of money, you can't tell me that he's value for money from what you've seen so far.
If we bought him for 70 quid, it doesn't look value for money yet.
No, I'll admit, he adds nothing to that side at all whatsoever. To be honest, in the game against Man City, we had no options on the right wing, for example, going up, because Dalot was literally by himself on that side. That's why he kept getting exposed. But I think your question coming back to Reguilon as well, I think Ten Hag just want to go defensive first as opposed to anything. But again, I think, Ten Hag, yes, he does need a plan B when it comes to us losing games, because I haven't seen that. But again, it comes down to the players mostly that I would blame, because you're not running for him, you should be running for the fans.
Okay, good call. Thanks for that, Sammy. Let's go to Rob, Man United fan. Hi, Rob.
How's it going, guys? You all right?
I'm great. How are you today?
Not great, mate. I'll be honest. Not great. I wanted to talk about, I think I don't think Ten Hag's done a good job, but I think the structure, the lack of director of football, no sporting people at the club, is hampering things really badly. Like, for example, I think that, so if Jim Radcliffe came in, I don't want the Jim Radcliffe deal at 25%. I want the Glazers gone. But I think he would put a sporting structure in place. At the moment, we've got the Glazers away in America who, just want to take money out of the club, not interested in it. And then we've got, Murto and Richard Arnold, who are businessmen. They're not football people. There's no structure. Now, Ten Hag might be a good manager, but he doesn't know anything about the English game. So he's Anthony for 80 million from Eredivisie. And if we had a director of football, say someone like Rio Ferdinand, someone who knew the English game, we'd go, you know what, that's too much of a risk coming in from...
But I don't think Eric Ten Hag signs the cheques.
No, he doesn't, but I think they could go look, I know you like that kind of player, but we've got young lads. There's a lad at Palace called Elise who's great on the wing. He's doing it in the English game already. We could probably get him for 60 million. Oh, you want Mason Mount? Well, he's been a bit of a busted flush for a year.
But don't you think the manager should know if Mason Mount's been a busted flush? Do you not think the manager should do his homework?
Yeah, and I do, but I don't think it should have been in his hands. I do. I question what Ten Hag's doing in training, to be honest. I mean, I'm with you. I'd go with Emery in a heartbeat. I think him with a good director of football would fix things quickly. But this is the problem. Ten Hag has spent 400 million real terribly. With that kind of money, you should be able to put a side together that can make a decent challenge. But he clearly does.
Rob, let me ask you a question. When you look at some of his major signings, the likes of Anthony, Rasmus Højlund, Casemiro, Mason Mount, Martinez, Onana, Malacia, Ericsson, Evans, Reguilon, Amrabat, Weghorst, Sabitzer, how many of them would you say, yeah, that's been a successful signing? I'm not talking about when they've had a successful period. I'm talking about you go, yeah, that's been value for money.
Probably Casemiro, who, he struggled a bit this season because he's been left to hang out to drive out another midfielder in there with him. But most of them, I was having a chat to a friend. I was thinking, if you sold those players now, would you even get 200 million for them? And I don't think you would. And that shows how badly it's been spent. But I just think Ten Hag underestimates the English game. He plays in midfield with like yesterday. We had Amrabat on there. He takes him off. There's no midfield, and you're just going to run through this midfield. Now, when he was at Ajax, it was fine. He'd just overload the attack. He'd be like, we've got better players than everyone else. We'll just overload. But I think you need a structure with someone there to go, look, you can't do it like this. And I think it's until we get that at the club, no one will be a success. Having said that, I do think that Ten Hag's time's up. I think he's got it all wrong and he spent badly. And he's I don't know what they're doing tactically. You know, I can't see the plan.
Do you know what, Andy, as well?
Thanks, Rob. Great call.
I mean, first of all, Rashford's performances at the minute are just wow. But you know, when you look at someone like Rashford, I know Harry Maguire, we've sat here and gone, he deserves an opportunity. Facts are facts, he's not good enough.
Who?
Harry Maguire. He's only getting an opportunity now because his injuries or players have not been good enough.
Yeah.
But as on the whole,
he could have given a penalty away yesterday.
Yeah, now, not good enough. Not good enough at all.
Yeah. But who is good enough in that team?
Who do I think? Well, listen, I think once he's back, I think Luke Shaw's a good fullback.
Without doubt. Oh, no. Have you chased him?
I don't know. I've not chased with you, but I thought he played well yesterday.
Yeah,
made some really good saves.
Yeah.
I mean, Martinez is a World Cup winner. Like
Eriksen?
Legs are gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
There's a real lack of pace.
Scott McTominay?
Yeah, but again, I've said it before. He's doing it right now. But if you've got aspirations of getting to the next level, he's not going to take you there.
I agree.
TalkSport Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSport app and on your smart speaker. TalkSport.